this is Alessandra. Welcome to my home, welcome to my kitchen. Tonight I am going to be making a delicious pasta alla Norma. It's a Sicilian dish, very well known here in Italy. In my area of Naples, we just say pasta con melanzane funghetti. Melanzane funghetti is actually the way you cut the eggplant before you fry it. Let me get started with the ingredients and then we'll move right over to the stove. Okay, I'm going to use extra virgin olive oil, but I will also be using about a cup of regular frying oil, like a vegetable oil. But we're gonna make the sauce first. So we have olive oil, tomatoes. I have these beautiful little cherry tomatoes, but they don't seem to be enough, so I'm also gonna use a couple plum tomatoes with them. Look at these colors. As you can tell, red is my favorite color. I have 3 cloves of garlic. I am going to put a little bit of the chili pepper for some heat. If you don't like anything spicy, you can leave it out. Fresh basil from the garden. I like to soak it in cold water because no matter how many times you wash it, there's always a little bit of dirt in it. Okay, the star of the meal is the melanzana, which is the eggplant. And I have a beautiful black one. Make sure it's nice and hard and shiny and the stem is green. That's very important. Sea salt. I have the pasta. I'm going to be using Elicoidali, which is a type of rigatoni, and Alla is a fabulous brand and I will be using that today. And also to top off your plate, you need a ricotta salata. That's the perfect way to have Norma. You have a tomato sauce, you have the fried eggplant, and to finish it off, you need ricotta salata. Let's get started. I'm going to add the oil, okay? Put your stove on medium high. Okay, I'm gonna say about a quarter of a cup of the oil. Now I'm gonna add the garlic and the little spicy pepper. What you do is you want it to warm up together. So as the oil heats up, the garlic releases its flavor, and then as soon as the garlic is golden, you're gonna remove it. And now while that's happening, I'm gonna start cutting the tomatoes. No specific way. I'm just gonna cut it in half and in big chunks. The reason is because later we're going to be grinding the tomatoes, so really no need to make it small. Okay, so you see I'm cutting it pretty much like this. I like to remove the little green stem. Okay, so look, I usually move the pan like this so the garlic fries up nicely and then it goes a little bit quicker, okay? So this is what I'm doing, and then as soon as it's golden, I'm gonna remove it. And look, I have all my tomatoes, and don't be afraid for the extra basil because it really needs it. It's gonna be delicious. I must drop a little water. Yeah, be careful, don't drop any water as you're frying the garlic because it's gonna splatter. And like I tell everybody, you know, this is not a TV show. I'm the cleanup crew. Right after I cook, I also clean up. But I do have a wonderful videographer, I must say. Thank you to the hubby. Okay, so I'm gonna remove the garlic, okay? See, take a look. You don't wanna burn the garlic, otherwise you gotta start over. And now I'm just gonna drop this in. Okay. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Lower the flame on medium and let this start cooking, okay? And just keep stirring it. And now we're gonna move to the next step, which is la melanzana, the eggplant. Okay, wash the eggplant, I dried it, okay? So the next step is remove the top, okay? I am going to keep the skin on because I feel that the skin holds the shape a little bit better. And traditionally the skin is on, so I'm gonna leave it. If you find those white, purple specked eggplants, those are the best ones. But right now they're not in season yet, so I picked up this one. It's gonna have to do. So I'm going to slice it long ways, and what I want is to create some cubes. Okay, so I'm just going to like this. and just slice it in cubes. So while I do that, the next thing I'm going to do is put on the stove about a cup of frying oil. I'm using vegetable oils, and get these eggplants fried up. Let's take a look at the sauce. It's looking wonderful. I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of salt, and then we'll adjust it later, okay? So that's that. Give it a good stir. You see the tomatoes are releasing its juice, the seeds, and I'll show you what we do with that later. Now, I put on a frying pan with, I'm gonna say a cup and a half, 2 cups of oil. It's up to you, depending the size of your frying pan, but we gotta get the eggplants fried. And I know that the eggplants do absorb oil. So you need to put a lot of oil for them not to absorb it. If you have little oil, it's just gonna suck it up like a sponge. So now, the oil is nice and hot. Let's put the eggplants in. Take a look at that, okay? And don't overcrowd it, because you don't want to lose the flame, the heat, because then it starts absorbing oil. So you want them to fry nicely, quickly, without absorbing a lot of the oil, okay? See how nicely, and they're cooking fast, they're not absorbing any oil. Look, they're ready already. Just not even a minute and a half, 2 minutes, the eggplants are good. I didn't put them all in at the same time because I didn't want to just splatter them down, but they're cooking quickly. Okay, the eggplants are all fried. I'm going to just sprinkle them with a little bit of salt, okay, and just give it a stir. Then, I want to show you how much oil is left in the frying pan, because like I said, you fry them on a high heat, and a little bit at a time. It really doesn't absorb a lot of oil. And so take a look at the frying pan. There's still a lot of oil left. And I also want to show you the sauce is ready. Now we're going to move to the next step. In the meantime, I already put my pot of water on for the pasta. So let's move over to the counter, and I'll show you what I need to do with the sauce. Okay, the sauce is right here. You can see there's a lot of skin, a lot of seeds. You could use an immersion blender or a regular blender, but I find that it alters the color, and you have all the seeds in it for really smooth tomato sauce which is perfect for this dish. Is you need one of these, okay? Again, a blender would work, an immersion blender, but if you get a passatutto is a strainer. It really does the job right, okay? I put the larger holes grill on the bottom, and what I'm going to do is just place my tomato sauce in, okay, and then strain it. So all the skins, the juice is going to be coming out, but all the skin and the seeds remain on top. I just want to show you. Take a look. See that? Look at that. Okay, I'm going to remove it to show you. Look at the perfect sauce that you get. I'm going to continue doing it. Just to show you what you're left with, all the skin, but now you have a delicious sauce at the bottom. Make sure you clean the base so you get all that creaminess of the tomato. Now, let's place it back in the frying pan, in the saute pan. Bring it back to the stove, get the pasta boiling, and then I'll show you what's next. Water is boiling, and add the salt, okay? You figure out, you want less salt, more salt. So now I'm gonna add the eggplant in the tomatoes, the tomato sauce I've made, and give it a nice stir. And now that the water is boiling, let's drop the pasta. And let's wait for the pasta to cook. My pasta is drained al dente because we're gonna finish cooking it just for another minute or so right into the sauce, okay? So put the flame a little bit higher. So you want che si amalgama bene. And the lines on this type of pasta really holds the sauce, and it's gonna be just really delicious. I know I keep saying delicious, but it really is. Okay, don't be afraid to put a little bit more parsley. I'm sorry, basil. No parsley, a lot of basil. Okay. Look. And now we're ready for dinner. Final touch is the ricotta salata. So with a little bit larger of a grater, because you really want these large flakes on top. That's the final ingredient that brings this pasta alla norma together. Il basilico sopra, and we're ready. So, am I gonna taste it for you? Absolutely, okay? Watch my face because that's gonna tell the truth. Absolutely delicious. You know, it is a little bit of a labor of love. Food is love, but this is a little bit of labor of love, but so worth it. This, when we dine in New York City, it's a very common on the menu. You see it everywhere, pasta alla norma. It originates from Catania, Sicily. So I hope all my paisanos are very proud of me. I've made them proud with this pasta alla norma. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, leave lots of comments, grazie, arrivederci, ho una fame incredibile, ciao, alla prossima, bye bye.